I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen. Yeah, something like that.
Ik hou wel van dit soort dingetjes. Doe deze dingen herkennen met de Come Deliverance. Waar ik ook een kleur zeker kan hebben. Of niet. Ik neem trouwens op PlayStation Share Play, dus misschien zit er een beetje scuffed uit.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
Ik neem aan dat dit man is en dit vrouw. Maar ben ik niet echt heel dom hierin. Oh, ik kan ook gewoon naar de handen kijken. Oef. Nou, dit ben ik zeker niet. Ik ben op het moment ben ik een beetje dit, maar soms ben ik dit. Oh. Dit is scuffed.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
Oh, wacht even. Archeologist. Ik heb nog een weer hierbij. Ik ben sneller. Of ik heb meer health. Ja, ik ben een geschiedenisnerd en geschiedenisstudent dus.
Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him. So I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him. If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please? Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. What do you want to know?
1 seconde hoor, ik moet mijn camera aanzetten, denk ik. Waarom kom ik er pas na 6 minuten achter dat mijn camera gewoon die aanstaat? Wacht even hoor. Ja, kan hier. Of... Nee, ik wil hem toch hier, oké. Nou ja, let's go. Als we simpel hier het klein maken. Of dit was niet.
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean?
Je kan merken dat dit een Skyrim mod is geweest en een manier dialoog werkt.
Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
En dan heb je niet alleen over de keuzes, maar dan heb ik het ook gewoon over de manier waarop je praat.
Alright, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen. Yeah, something like that. But right now, I have bigger problems, like finding Al. He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But Maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is. You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber. Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al...
Ik moet zeggen dat we bij de rivier de Tiber is wel logisch met Romeins, want dat is echt het centrum van het Romeinse gebouw. Het zijn echt de centrumsteden.
What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
Je bent bij de Tiber. Je hebt Rome.
Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
Okay.
Thank you. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Please, hurry. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
Oh, is dat klopt. Even duty, hè? Is interessant. Oh jezus, dit is niet heel sensitive. Oh, wat is macabre. Dit ook wel. Dit is zo'n soort game, oké. Misschien had ik mijn sensitivity iets veranderd, terwijl je nu toch zo over nadenken. Oké, dat is deze punt. Ik heb de laatste tijd alleen maar Hitman zitten spelen. Het is... Ik moet even wel herinneren dat L1 niet spannend is. Die knop even dagrace. Echt gek. Huh?
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation. Or a warning. Al Worth.
Okay. Now I'm seeing that there. Hey! Oh! Oh! Oh, fuck! Ik had dit net niet op tijd kunnen lezen. Oké. Ah, je kan het drinken. Oké. Nice. Zit hier toevallig nog iets leuks? Ik ga niet naar de tv kijken of zo, maar ik ben zo iemand die dan toch eventjes achter gaat kijken. Dat was dom trouwens, dat ik toen niet eerst eventjes de hele tekst fatsoenlijk lezen. Ik heb Latijn gehad, for God's sake. Maar even oefenen. Oh. Ja, ik ben Bart. Ik weet eentje deze gewoon niet naar mijn hoofd. Wacht even. Dit is een beetje mijn eigen ding. Turning a man to gold. Interessant. Concepten. Dolle boons. Ah, dit zou ik moeten weten. Jammer. The man shall suffer for the sins of one. 4 sins. Ja, multus. Shall suffer. Zo. Even kijken hoor. The many shall suffer for the sin. For the sins of. Nou, ik weet niet precies. Klinkt trouwens als zwart geluid. Up. Leuk, loadingscherm, echt niet. Jammer. Net zo lang een laadscherm als Skyrim tenminste. Nou ja, kan nog langer. A young woman looks like she was begging for her life. Ik hou van een goed mysterieus ding. Oh damn. Is groter dan Pompeii hoor. Ik ben wel eens een oud Sparta geweest en in de oude stad van Athene. Die zijn veel kleiner dan dit. Terror. Dat is blijft hetzelfde. Oké, dan ging die op de statues zitten, die kan ik negeren. Ik kan al een beetje raden wat die standbeelden ooit waren, heb ik gezegd. Aqueductje. Dat lijkt mijn hoofdtempel en dit is... Dit is ietsje groter. Oh, een oude Rome, denk ik. Ingestort. Weet ik veel. Dit was een game. Het kostte 30 euro. Daarom ben ik hier. Ik wil content. Oh. Oké. Weet je wel wat er is gebeurd?
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. In here there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right, and I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning.
Deze acteur kan een audioboek
Don't
beginnen.
make the same mistake. Better to end it all now, and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Oh nee, ik ben niet nieuwsgierig. Wacht, wat? Deze is niet ergens in de buurt van de gat of zo, want ik zou erin kunnen rollen. Dat zal bestaan. Ik weet, dit is ruimer dan wat ik had verwacht, eerlijk gezegd. Nou ja, gamelogica. Heb ik gezien. Oh, leuk. Ik moet echt een sensitivity engagement wel. Ik heb er niet al last van. Dit is nog maar de proloog. Oké, we gaan door een wormgat. Oké, dat is fotomode. Je kan het weten, ga ik nooit gebruiken. Ik neem nooit foto's. Ik neem het terug. Ik heb nooit zo lang een laadscherm gehad als sinds Hitman. Maar dat zegt niet heel veel. Deze tips heb je net ook gegeven. Hoe zit je om een t-shirt trouwens? Ik ben nooit naar een Tens for Life concert geweest. Moest ik wat bijbetalen voor. Ah, nice.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
Proserpina was... dat is Persephone. Ja.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you? Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you? And what were you doing in the shrine? No idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit, you know, not right in the head? That's all right, friend. Everyone's welcome here. But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine. Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's, well, it's kind of horrific.
Ja.
But our
Precies.
magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
Zit ik in een isekai toevallig?
Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking him to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who
sense.
helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her, if I were you. She's...
Ik had de politiek.
It's
Nee,
not
niet
my
in dit
place to
geval.
say.
Zeker.
Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo.
Oké.
Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Galerius, you're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go.
Zo weet je waar ik was.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please. Follow me.
Ja, ik ga niet.
The only thing you really need to understand right now is the golden rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the golden rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. He's up these stairs.
Whatever are you wearing?
Ik vraag niks. Zullen we zien? Oh, nou ja, werkelijk. Dat lijkt me wel.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name? A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of a man of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitier will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains many hundreds of years ago. Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Ik moet zeggen, in kleine communities klopt dat wel soms.
Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule.
Ja, oké,
It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
Okay.
An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes, or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder.
But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
Liegen is trouwens bij mij een beetje 50-50 maken. Oh.
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric?
Oh, yeah.
Of course. What else would we do with those prisoners of war who would otherwise have been executed? And besides, there are laws for their protection as well. On occasion, but our gladiators are almost all volunteers seeking glory, or condemned prisoners who would have been executed anyway.
Kijk, hier zie je een beetje stand van de tijd. Je moet niet proberen om twee compleet verschillende rijken in twee compleet verschillende tijdperken te vergelijken. Dat moet je gewoon niet doen.
Of course, but with fewer rights come fewer responsibilities, and the right to be protected by their fathers and husbands. You mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome last year? It's hard to blame the people for being angry about that.
Nee, dat deed je al veel langer.
Are you talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion. Well, right now, you're a long, long way from home. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you. You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you? 2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please, tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us? Of this city? I have imagined it, our downfall, 1,000 times, but it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it. All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions.
Ja, dat is dus meer.
I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future? I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it,
Oh ja, die
won't
zag
you?
je.
Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for. Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain
Ja, dat is
magistrate
waar.
after today's election.
De Romeinen hadden
The
voor
people here
magistraat
would
toch
only
geen
treat
verkiezing?
my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot. Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
Ja, dan.
If I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the golden rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of
Dit
us.
is echt niet echt...
Make sense? Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the golden rule? No, I don't suppose you do. But I'm hoping that even if you're not burdened with a sense of self-sacrifice, you'll at least see the sense in self-preservation. Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.